leaned on our faith, but this was different. Deeper, darker. There was no joy. There was no ray of sunshine. No light at all. I had just enough faith to struggle through each day. I could even say the right words when around people. But really believing was difficult. I looked around and I saw my family suffering. I could feel the pain of a lost son, a lost brother, a lost husband, and a lost dad. This was not right. I couldn't do anything. A wife and a mother is supposed to help. They're supposed to provide comfort. And I couldn't. Things got dark. This was not right. I had known joy, and I wanted it back. So I started praying. Remembering some of the words from the praise music I heard at Women of Faith, I prayed, "Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. I need to see you." And slowly, I began to see some of the blessings God had put in my path. I hadn't seen them before because of my brokenness. Not only had He given me family and friends to lean on, He gave me a whole church. You provided words of comfort, hugs, and most importantly, prayers. I continued to open my eyes, and I began to see more little things, like a message on a gift bag that my circle group had given me. It said, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. Be still. Quietness. Quietness can lead to prayer. So I continued praying. The windows began to open and light began to filter into my heart. I began to even find text messages on my phone about God, like only God can turn a trial into a triumph and a test into a testimony. I went to grief counseling, where I found even more support and realized how important God is in my life. I continue to pray, and God continues to put things I need in my path. There is light again. One of the things that was put in my path to recovery happened last fall. And that's when Tony came to me and asked me to be a leader of the new Unbinding series. I went through the training, and we read the book, and I really liked the book. It helped me. But not until January, when our first small group formed with Carolyn and I as facilitators, and we were reading the Unbinding Your Soul book, did healing really begin to happen. And I think that's because the book was set up to have daily devotions. It even included a prayer journal, and of course weekly times for discussions. The best part about those weekly discussions was we had to close by praying for each other. And as those prayers were said, I could begin to feel in my heart that all the pieces were being put back together again. Our next book that we decided to study was called The Cup of Life by Joyce Rupp. This book also gave me great comfort. It gave me strength and taught me that you have to look for the good things in life. You have to have the awe and wonder of a child. And joy and sorrow are sisters. More light began to pour in. Now, I don't know God's plan, but He tells me He has one, and I won't question it. I will continue praying and searching for light. It is the only way to push the darkness away. I choose to have joy in my life, so I look for little blessings. Now that doesn't mean all the sadness has gone away. Oh no. There are still days where the tears want to fall, and I have to reach out to God to help me find the gift of memories and be thankful for those. I'm sharing this part of my story with you today because I want you to know that you do have some choices in life. I know I'm no different than anybody else. There are many, many people facing tragedy and difficult circumstances. But God has promised to protect us, to provide a safe harbor. He is willing to help anyone who believes and asks. Unleash the power of intentional prayer. Make the choice to live a full life full of joy and giving. There's an old saying that says, take time to smell the roses. I'd like to change that. Make time. Make time to talk with the Lord. Make time to be active in church. Make time to be with family and friends and say, I love you. Time is not unlimited. In closing, I want to share something I read in my study Bible. It was written by Lucy Swindoll, a woman of faith speaker. In an article about light, she quotes the last two lines of a poem by T.S. Eliot, The Rock. And we thank thee that darkness reminds us of light. O light invisible, we give thee thanks for thy great glory. Then she goes on to write, today, let's pursue that which is good, right, and truthful by shining through darkened circumstances. Don't keep the switch off or hold back as though our batteries have run down. Our source is the glorious light invisible. Being switched on pleases the Lord. Stay on, stay bright.